Have you ever told a little white lie? You know, one of those small fibs you think won't hurt anyone. It seems harmless, right? Well, today we're rediving into a story from the Bible that takes lying to a whole new level and shows just how seriously God takes honesty. It's a shocking tale from the early days of the Christian church, found in the book of Acts, chapter 5. It's the story of a couple named Ananias and Sapphira. So, picture this. The church is just starting out. It's this vibrant, passionate community of believers in Jerusalem. There's this incredible spirit of generosity. People are selling their property and possessions and bringing the money to the apostles to share with anyone in need. It was a beautiful display of unity and love. No one was forced to do this. It was all voluntary, coming from a place of genuine care for one another. Everyone was all in, supporting each other and building this new community of faith together. Enter Ananias and his wife Sapphira. They see this wave of generosity and decide they want to be a part of it. Or at least they want to look like they're a part of it. They sell a piece of property they own, which is a great start, but then they make a secret agreement. They decide to hold back a portion of the money for themselves. Now, let's be crystal clear about this. Keeping some of the money wasn't the problem. The land was theirs. The money was theirs. They were free to do whatever they wanted with it. They could have given half, a quarter, or none at all, and that would have been perfectly fine. The problem was the deception that came next. Ananias goes to the apostles, specifically to Peter, and presents the money. He lays it at their feet, acting as if it's the full amount from the sale. He's putting on a show, trying to get the same praise and recognition as others who had given everything. He wanted the reputation of being incredibly sacrificial without actually making the full sacrifice. He was trying to fake his level of devotion, but Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, sees right through it. He confronts Ananias, and his words are chilling. He says, "Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and to keep back for yourself part of the proceeds of the land?" Peter points out that the property was Ananias's to begin with. He could have done anything he wanted with it. Then he delivers the final, devastating blow. "You have not lied to man, but to God." Think about that for a second. Ananias thought he was just fooling a few people, trying to manage his public image. But Peter reveals a much deeper truth. His lie was aimed directly at God himself. God, who knows our hearts, our motives, our every thought. And the moment Ananias hears these words, something terrifying happens. He falls down and dies. Right there, on the spot. As you can imagine, this sent a shockwave of fear through everyone who heard about it. But the story isn't over. About 3 hours later, his wife Sapphira comes in. She has no idea what just happened to her husband. Peter decides to give her a chance to tell the truth. He asks her directly, "Tell me, did you sell the land for this much?" He's asking if the amount they donated was the full price. And Sapphira, sticking to their prearranged lie, says yes, for that much. She doubles down on the deception. Peter's response is one of sadness and judgment. He says, "How is it that you have agreed together to test the Spirit of the Lord?" He then tells her that the very men who just buried her husband are at the door, and they will carry her out to immediately. She falls at his feet and dies. The young men come in, find her dead, and carry her out to bury her beside her husband. The story ends with this powerful statement, "And great fear seized the whole church, and all who heard of these things." This wasn't just a story to scare people. It was a foundational moment for the early church. It established a vital principle. God values integrity and honesty above all else. He's not impressed by outward shows of piety or a desire for public praise. He looks at the heart. So, what can we take away from this intense story today? First, it reminds us that our relationship with God is built on truth. We can't pretend with Him. He knows our true motives. Trying to deceive God is not only futile, it's dangerous. Second, it highlights the importance of integrity within the community of faith. The church is meant to be a place of authenticity, not performance. Our actions should match our words. And finally, it's a powerful lesson about the seriousness of sin. A little lie to God is still a lie to God. This story isn't about God waiting to strike us down for every mistake. It's a dramatic illustration of His holiness and His desire for us to walk in truth and light. It calls us to examine our own hearts. Are we living for an audience of people or for an audience of one? Thank you for watching. I know this was a heavy topic, but it's such an important one. If you found this insightful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories of the Bible. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.